Yo, what's up guys, TCG here. Today we're doing a deck profile on Gladiator Beast. Now Gladiator Beast was a recommended deck and it's also a legacy deck, so me doing it makes sense. Now the thing with Gladiator Beast is that I didn't exactly grow up playing Gladiator Beast, I usually grew up playing against it. But I do know a lot of their cards. I had to read some of the news report when I made this video though. And I based my ratios a lot on what I saw in other profiles. I just skimmed through a lot of decks I could find online and looked at what the monster ratios are. I mostly took those over from other decks, since why try reinventing the wheel, right? So to start, I run a normal monster package of 3 Endol, 3 Rescue Rabbit, 3 Unexpected Die. Especially when it comes down to Test Panther, you only really require a Gladiator Beast monster, not specifically an effect monster. And yeah, only one of them has to be a Gladiator Beast, but you know, Rescue Rabbit into that is just nice, just instantly gives you your Test Panther, which then can search Gladiator Beast card, like Comeback, which can then revive one, shuffle it back into the deck to summon something. Now it's your main consistent play starter. Now, to combine with that, we run a quote-unquote ideal ratio of the Gladiator Beast. Beside that, most of them can shuffle back, so I only run one of most. You have a lot of ways to recycle resources, so it's honestly fine. We run 2 Augustus, since, well, its effect is just one of the better ones. And being a high level means it gives you access to Tamer Editor, but also to Andabada. So I think it's a very good choice in this deck. One Vespasius can just specially summon itself from your hand, so that's also quite nice. It's also the main way to go into this, outside of just, you know, Tamer. And this is a very strong one, since it's a monster negate. This doesn't require any discarding. So if you combine this with Heraclinos, you have easy access to monster negates and spell trap negates, which can be enough to win against certain matchups, right? Because if they don't immediately get rid of your board, your monster negate will reset. Unlike Heraclinos, this card does require discard to negate, so that's quite nice. Anyways, also run one Noxious, it's standard, it's level 5, so it gives easy access to Tamer Editor once again. Not the biggest fan of this card, so yeah, one copy is fine. Darius has nice interactions, where if you have Gladiator Beast monster in the grave, you can summon this from your deck, revive the monster from the grave, then go into a fusion, like for example the Gizaros, which I saw some decks opt out of. But the thing is, Gizaros triggers whenever it's special summoned, you know? So even if you revive it with something like Comeback, it will still pop 2 cards. I think that's still valuable. Equest mainly, yeah, it targets a Gladiator Beast card in grave and adds it to your hand. Your main target for this is usually Walk Chariot, although there are other targets as well, like the Unite, the Comeback, you know. But especially with Walk Chariot, it's devastating just being able to recycle your negate. I think it's huge. I definitely think it is huge. But yeah, 1 copy is enough once again, because you can recycle. 2 Bestiari, not a lot of decks run it at 2 anymore, or even, yeah, anything above 1. I just like it because it's one of the better search targets, and it just gives you access to Gizaros, which I think still is a valuable card, even nowadays. Run 1 Atorix, it's one of those ones that is pretty nice if you summon it from the deck. But if you're able to summon multiple from the deck, this and then Darius, for example, will just go into like a Nerokius, or, you know, any of them really. On demand. Its level becomes the same as the monster you send, so it's easy to go into a high level one without actually summoning the high level one. So that's pretty nice. We already talked about the rabbit. We run 3 Proving Ground. This combines especially well with the fact that you only run 1 of each. If you need a certain Gladiator Beast, you can just get it on demand due to Proving Grounds. Arguably, a lot of them are Beast Warrior, so Tanky could also work, but yeah. I just went with Proving Ground instead, it just made more sense to me. Our build is focused around going second. We can go first, I mean, yeah. But with 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Tactical Talents and a Mind Control, we prefer to go second. This just gets rid of certain back row. This, you can either draw to, which is always nice, but you can also steal a monster. Since Test Panther is any monster and a Gladiator Beast. It's 2 monsters including a Gladiator Beast monster. So the non-Gladiator Beast can be any monster, so anything you steal with talent you can just link away. You can also just choose a card from your opponent's hand, shuffle it back if you expect to not see any problems with their current field. Play around hand traps and stuff. And just Mind Control is a very disgusting card that shouldn't be legal. Especially on its 1, it's Suseki, but yeah, that's why we run it. We run 3 Comeback, just special summons Gladiator Beast monster from my hand or graveyard to different type of monster control. So you can search this off the Test Panther, which kind of enables a combo. And yeah, It's just very nice. I think running at 3 is fine. There's no hard turns per turn here anyway. It's a good card to draw at all stages of the game, especially if you have Fusion in your grave. It can just revive any Gladiator Beast monster. A lot of these half must first be special summoned. In fact, I believe they all do. Yeah. They must first be special summoned, but later down the line you can just revive them without an issue. So then this card's especially great. 2 United, this card seems standard. It's like a quick play fusion spell that can be used in battle phase. Just enables you to close out games, really. Yeah, I'm definitely not the biggest fan of this card, but I think at 2 there's arguments to be made. Just being able to finish off duels, it's just great, or swap out into certain boss monsters. Like, let's say they suddenly have a field that you can't really out, you can suddenly go to Gizaurus mid battle phase, boom. You know, destroy them. It's nice. Gladiator Rejection, not Gladiator Beast card, by the way. It basically protects your Gladiator Beast monsters from being targeted card effects outside of the battle phase, really targets anything in the battle phase, right? And if you special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your main deck, you can special summon another one, basically. So yeah, this is a really good card. But you don't really want to ever see multiples, and you don't even need to see it in the first place. It's a nice card. I think 2 is fine. And of course we also run some staples, the 1 upstart to tin the deck, just run 39 cards, max consistency, right, always nice. And the 1 Monster Reborn, because once again, just being able to revive the fusions is really, really good. Steal cards for your opponent's graveyard, cards very versatile. Scan Test Panther can be made with any monster, including a Gladiator Beast cards, including Gladiator monster, so yeah. Once again, we do run triple War Chariot. Now, the reason for this is quite simple, honestly. It's just an effect monster negation, it's really, really good, it's a counter trap, and we can add it back due to the effect of a quest. So theoretically, if you already have the perfect hand, Test Panther can also search it. It is a Gladiator Beast card. I've seen builds not run it, I think it's still too good though, just... Once effect negations are the best negations, just being a counter trap that negates and destroys, I think it's just very good, especially if you can search it. No after returns whatsoever to find on this card, no once returns in general. I think it's very good. Now one tech I want to talk about is Lake Spider, so if you open Unexpected Die and Gladiator Beast Endel in hand, or Rescue Rabbit and Gladiator Beast Endel in hand, you can use one of the Endels to go into Lake Spider, special summon the other Endel from your hand. Then use Lake Spider and Endel to go into Test Panther. Once again, one of the materials can be anything. Now on top of this we also run Cross Sheep. If you fusion summon its arrows, you can just special summon level 4 lower monster from the graveyard, negating any kind of restrictions or anything. Which I think is just very great. 1 IP Masquerena combined with Avramax, since a lot of the good cards we run, the good links at least, are link 2s. So then if you throw up Masquerena, you can go into a protected Crusader Avramax, which is kind of tricky to get rid of. It kind of is a roadblock for the opponent. I also decided to run one of this link, although it's not as great as the Test Panther. There's still situations where you want, where you just want this. That's great. Also, just really noticed that my Spotify thing, my OBS current song thing, just totally bugged out. So the bottom left now playing doesn't even work. That's really nice. Oh well, I might be able to fix that, maybe not. Anyways, you got 1 Gladiator Beast Gizaurus. Once again, 1 is enough. You don't want to make multiple, but it's just nice to have as an option. I saw some other builds not run this, but I think especially combined with the Gizaurus, it can be nice, you know? Just being able to also special summon 4 monsters from the extra deck if you battle with both, I think that's potential. 2 Tamer Editor, this is the way you're usually summoning your high level fusion monsters in this deck. Just being able to special summon a Gladiator Beast fusion monster from extra deck, ignoring summon conditions once per turn, is just really, really good. Now this card can be made with any 3 Gladiator Beasts, and there's a lot of attack that already makes it viable. It kind of works on Amadis as well, which you kind of can get around certain cards. It's just nice to have as an option. Heraklinos, we don't run Laquari, so you might be thinking, how do we summon this? Well, once again, Tamer Editor exists. At first I was kind of confused on the build not running Laquari, but it makes sense, right? You can just cheat it out. And investing 3 monsters in the spell Trap Negate is just not as good nowadays, since monster effects are just too strong. Oh no, it's actually switched songs, so the local You Hear 5D soundtrack is the one causing issues, so I'll be removing that from the playlist in the future then. Anyways, back to the video, sorry. And then we of course have Domitianus, lol Anus, XDDD, which just is a monster negate once per turn. I also choose to attack dogs for your opponent's attacks, which is also nice. Yeah, it's just really nice to cheat this out with Tamer Editor as well. So yeah, this is my Gladiator Beast deck profile. Is it the best ever? Probably not. Is it good? Is it functional enough? Probably. Hope you guys liked it. So I'll see you signing out. Peace.